is Uganda's leading foreign exchange earner, generating more than $422.4 million, that is 1.6 trillion Ugandan shillings every year. 18% of export earnings derived from coffee. Coffee represents less than 20% of the average family plot, but provides over 50% of cash income in an average year. Uganda accounts for 7% of global Robusta exports. Coming up on Seeds of Gold. Coffee farming has long been the backbone for Uganda's households and the country's economy as a whole. Areas best known for coffee farming in Uganda include Central, Eastern, Western and Southeastern Uganda. Kanungu district is one of the districts from Western Uganda best known for this activity. Farmers from this area are forming coffee cooperatives that can help them boost their household's income as well as promote Kanungu coffee as a local quality coffee produced on the market.
We started way back in 2014. That was after I graduated from school and jobs were nowhere. So what I did, I started mobilizing farmers in Uganda, Nyanga sub-county where I grew up from. And before we knew it, we had finished the whole sub-county. We have 4 groups there. And these were 200 coffee farmers. So we had to move to other sub-counties within the district. And we later discovered that we needed to find markets, despite the fact that we were looking at the extension, planting, harvesting and post-harvest handling. But farmers needed market and better prices for their coffee. And what we did, we started the process of registering the Kanungu Coffee Farmers Cooperative Society Limited. The offices are here and they have a machine, and this is their factory, which came into place in 2017. And we have 1,200 coffee farmers in 40 groups now.
Adonia Bataringaya is one of such farmers. From a banking background, Adonia was inspired by the prominent coffee farmers in his area to join the industry. With a coffee farm of about 5 acres, Adonia mainly grows Robusta coffee, which is the best variety grown in the western region of Uganda.
2008, that's when we started this farm, the one that you look here. And this one, which is still young, it is 2 years old. And you can see it has started coffee beans and it is ready to be picked. The variety that I chose, it was a good variety called Robusta, which is friendly to this area and which is in a low land.
There are mainly 2 varieties of coffee grown in Uganda. Arabica coffee, mainly grown in the highlands of the slopes of Mountain Elgon. Robusta coffee, grown in lowlands of altitude, 1,200 meters above sea level. When considering to establish a commercial coffee garden, the following must be observed. Spacing. The spacing between Robusta plants is 10 feet by 10 feet and between Arabica is 8 feet by 8 feet. Hose size of 2 feet long by 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. While digging the holes, heap the top soil on one side and bottom soil on another side. Add manure to the dug out soil and return it into the hose. Mark the center of the hose and leave them for 2 to 3 months before planting. Obtain coffee plantlets from certified coffee nurseries. During the planting season, plant very early in the morning or late in the evening. Remove the polythene pot cover before planting the seedling or cutting. Provide temporary shade to the newly planted coffee plantlets and water in case of water stress. The coffee garden should always be mulched and weed-free. At maturity, harvest only the red, ripe cherry and dry it immediately on tarpaulins, raised platforms or cemented floor to preserve its good quality. 1 acre should be able to accommodate between 450 to 600 plants with the right spacing.
To start your garden, you prepare your garden, you clear the bush, the stumps, the trees, and you start clearing. After clearing the garden, you dig the holes that measures 2 feet by 2 feet. That is across and deep. You leave it for 2 weeks. That is when it is in a rainy season. That hole will get a lot of water inside, and it will be ready to receive some soil. When you are digging that hole, you remove the top soil, which is loam soil. You put it on the right side. Then deep, there is that red soil. You put it on the left side. Then when it is ready, when the seedlings are ready, you bring your seedlings. Meanwhile, before you bring your seedlings, you recover that hole, or which you dug 2 feet by 2 feet. You cover it with the loam soil and black soil, and you put a stick in the middle where you will put your seedling, which is ready for planting. Then you leave it for another 2 weeks, that soil to stabilize, where you covered that hole. Then you bring your goat manure droppings. You cover with 2 basins around that hole. You don't put in the middle of that hole. You put it on the side of the hole. Then you bring your seedlings. You put it in the middle where you put a stick of that hole. You plant it. Then you cover that plant with some small grass on top. It doesn't touch the seedling, the grass. You just bring some sticks, you put them aside, you cover the plant for 2 weeks again. Then after 2 weeks, the seedlings will have become friendly to the environment. You remove that grass. Then after removing the grass, you can plant friendly crops like beans, which are leguminous. They fix nitrogen to the soil for at least 3 seasons. The coffee plants will have grown, and you start mulching for those after 3 seasons.
Robusta coffee takes about 3 years to start flowering. The flowers are of a white, bright color, and within the 3rd year, the flowers will turn into green coffee berries. The berries will then turn to a red color as an indication of ready to harvest. Harvesting is done in 2 seasons every year.
Season that we make, it is 2 seasons in a year. And when the coffee is ready, it shows red color, which is ready to be picked. The moment you touch the red coffee, which is red, it comes out from its tree very quickly. And you can see if it is ready, it starts dropping down. That means that it is ready to be picked. And it is easy to be picked from. Like this season we are picking, that is March, from Feb to March and May. Then November, December. Those are the 2 seasons. When the season is okay, without a lot of sunshine, the coffee will be too much in the gardens. When coffee is looked at well, that is, you apply organic manure and mulch. Even if it is 1 acre, you will get a good harvest, like 6 to 10 bags. At least a bag which weighs 85 to 100 kilograms. When you take it to the processing plant, you get 45 kilograms. And 45 kilograms, when you multiply it to a price of 4,200, you get like 250 to 350 from 1 bag. So when you multiply it by 6 bags, which is processed, you get more than 1 million plus.
After harvesting, coffee is taken to a processing machine where it is threshed, dried to a desirable moisture content, winnowed, and packed to be transported to Kampala. It is then roasted and given more value for money as coffee ready to consume in your cup.
The last 4 years, we've been advocating for quality coffee. We've been advocating for the coffee that is duster-free, it has no metals in, it has no stones in. So when it is brought, when it is put up, before it is powered into the machine, the guy monitoring that process must test to see whether this farmer brought the dried beans, because you will discover that some farmers actually want money, they want to bring pre-dried coffee. They don't want this coffee that has been dried because they think bringing here coffee that is not well dried means more kilograms, more money. But we are saying no, that one is not good, it damages the machine. So he must check whether there are metals, there are stones before he powers in. But we are saying our farmers must bring here quality coffee. We are saying our farmers must not only bring quality coffee, but it must be dried. So as you've seen, there are some sacks that were on pallets up. Those ones were sorted by women. They are about 5 tons. And they are sorted by our women who come here and sort to make sure the catch coffee is one side, then the black beans coffee is one side, so that we can satisfy our market and have a constant supply to people who want to buy now. Right here, we don't have an automatic machine that sorts coffee. But we are using women, and we are using these wire meshes. There is a process we use here, and when we accumulate coffee, we invite those women. What we do, we put it on a mesh, or we even use this winnowing, traditional winnowing, so that the leftovers of the husks that might have escaped to the coffee are removed. Then the black beans, they don't encourage our cup to taste very well. So what we do, as you say, it is very important, actually very important, to make sure that coffee here is sorted, because we don't have an automatic machine sorter. So what we do, we sort using our hands, using women, using our own eyes, and we just sort as if we are sorting beans. Then we just make sure that the catch beans are one side. Those ones are the ones that fetch bigger prices, because you discover that ripe coffee, which is harvested at the right time, one, the beans are bigger, that is around screen 18 or 16, and the beans look catch, they are catch in color. So what we do is that after sorting, we have a special price for the sorted coffee, and then this one that is not sorted, it is anything. They can make it, for example, if the price of coffee, for example, now is 4,200 per kilo, now that one which is maybe that has black beans or rejects, it may go to around 2,900 or 800. So this one with more catch coffee fetches more prices.
As Kanungu Coffee Farmers Cooperative Society, producing good quality organic coffee is top priority. With the help of one enthusiastic farmer, the cooperative has so far been able to come up with an aromatic locally roasted coffee.
This is Chigez Coffee, and Chigez Coffee is the first brand we've made, and we got these coffee beans from the farm of a farmer called Bikorwa, and we had to sort it according to how we must, so that the final cup tastes good. And we are using this for coffee tourism. What we do is that when tourists come, we take them around the gardens of our coffee farmers, so that they see the coffee they drink, where it comes from. And we sell this packet at 15,000. So for every kilogram, it has 250 grams times 4 to make 1 kilogram. So that means that we get 60,000 from 1 kilogram of roasted coffee at the end. So you can see how coffee is profitable for a country like Uganda. So this brand was developed, one, to promote coffee tourism, but also to promote domestic coffee consumption.
Even with a low level of formal education, Muzeyi Bikorwa is championing organic Robusta coffee farming in Kanungu, helping farmers acquire knowledge from his experience.
Omwani n'ekishingwa ekitalikira kuteganisibwa omushana muno nk'ebindi. Abo kuba n'obw'enjura y'okukyerererwa ahera agwerenesha ngo omwani gukyabasa kufayo muno nga kubaho. Kandi ekindi, omu bihingwa bingi bitwine kuno, tine chingwa ekiri kwise 10 kilo konka kunuya umwena baba gushazire nka hati nigubane kwate 12 ebichori obibene bigura za 5 umuhinji wo mwana be naguza kiri 5 agule bichori biri kubasa kumulisa mwe no mwana ekintu kikuru munonga na munonga umuryo gumwanya gwa paka kandi ekindi ekiri kutusasa abantu bingi bahingira emiti kandi bajihinga mu mwanya eri kubasa kwera mu mwanya mwene waza kubalira emiti yo kubasa kusharurira myaka 15 hamwe n'umwana ugoro kubasa kusharurira myaka 18 nora ngoje neberi rosi yamani wata itakawari tamwe emiti kandi tashimire kuba neza zibe kiri kwerukayo nece bay ko kwingo mwani wagwarira wagukorera cona eco shome kwa no gukorera notamu amani mingi munonga waba no gwanika notegwa kugira ngo gugire akahoho gubonere gubo mwani murungi omuseza hero notegwa gwanika tundubara ninga embuga ogisimenting mugene jole bayona ko kuza kugira ngo waza kuguza oguze 10 abe yo mwana mubi hato urashanga ngo ibyo nibitumara mani tukayenzire ngu omwani bagutagure diyago wagwariraje okagurebereraje okaguhereza birise biri kumara otagutemu mibazi mibi ngusisikale okagwanika kurungi bakwebe yahigo konkano leberero omwani kurungi kano chamara hamwe no ogukozira kuyabona babahebe iri kushana so ekyo nekizibu cyamani munonga obukoko obu bwa wiriti ni omubazi gwabwe ni gusera mwene ko ecupa yabenegure 8 wabo tazini tukabasa kujigura government kabe nefayo okwereza abantu akasete bafurire myani abahingisa bareba ngo myani y'abantu bahwera abantu kugireberera bwanyuma abahingi bacamara kusharura babihura obwire bwo mushana hari hebiti eco rukureba caza koma ninshumika eci ahatapu hati omuka hati nshukaho ahasanshukaho eco kiti enjure rindegwa shanga cicahurire omwani wamara kugushoroma noshoro omwani guhire rero wamara uguta atundubara ninga cement agwo kwenda kwerinda kugira ngo gutabasa kumura kubi rero gwaba guri mwinji gwamara koma mamizi gwamara koma mamizi ugumana gutoma budeyi gwayo maje hato gutomunju umubudeyi kandi nabwe cyabasika enjobe cement ingire eyo rukugutama kugira ngo gwabugana nitaka ngubasa kuzama kahumuro katabonire rero gwamara kuomaje ugutwaroze kuguza.
Coffee is actually the top earning export crop for our country. Many farmers are into coffee lately, and especially with government programs that are encouraging farmers to go into coffee all over again. There are two main types of coffee that are grown in Uganda, that is Arabica and Robusta. Of course, the difference usually is in the yield, but also the stature of the crop. Coffee also requires deep, well-drained, fertile soils, but it grows well once there's a bit of shading. The shading enables the crop to deal with the temperature, but also get sufficient sunlight to be able to grow sufficiently. So during preparation, we recommend that one, of course, clears the land sufficiently to remove perennial stubborn weeds, also the broad-leaved weeds. The same products are used to clear land, whether you're going to grow coffee or you're going to grow whichever crop. We use Weedmaster and 2,4-D to clear land. And then during preparation, how you dig the holes and the spacing of the coffee also matters. We recommend that you mix manure or fertilizer with the soil that went out first, and that is the topsoil, which you put back in the hole and mark the center of the hole. The marking of the center of the hole is supposed to enable you during planting to know exactly where the plant is supposed to go. So the management of the coffee is in a way that after planting the coffee seedling, once the seedling grows to a height of about 1.5 feet, approximately in about 6 or so months, we start what we call training. Training is bending the coffee seedling in the direction of east to west, or from where the sun comes to where it actually goes in the day, such that it is able to bring branches. So as it brings the branches, you allow 2 branches that grow from down to grow with the major branch, such that you influence the yields. Of course, fertilizer, soil fertility management is a very key issue in coffee agronomy. We recommend that you test your soils to know the status of the soil nutrients. This will enable you to understand which fertilizer to apply. Among other coffee management practices include pruning. Pruning is the removal of excess branches that are growing. A farmer is supposed to ensure that you remove every excess branch that grows in excess of the 3 branches that have been allowed to grow after training of the plant. So apart from the black coffee tree borer, there are other insect pests that attack coffee that a farmer must actually watch out for. Many of those come later in the season as the plant grows. For example, we have the stem borers, which when they attack the coffee plant, of course later on you realize that the plant starts to wither. The application of insecticides such as ant killer are meant to ensure that such insect pests are dealt with before they can become a problem to the plant.
Currently in Uganda, prices stand at 4,000 to 4,500 shillings for a clean Robusta coffee and between 3,000 to 4,500 for Arabica coffee per kilogram. With such an acre of coffee, a farmer can be able to earn over 2 million shillings per season, and from 1 kilogram of roasted Robusta coffee is sold between 10,000 to 16,000 shillings on the local market.